This week, hangovers finally have a positive use in society. So-called scientists are lying to us about where our chocolate milk comes from, and we find out that Putin might just be a spirit. And when we're told that endangered species need protection, I'm pretty sure this isn't what they meant.
It's vacation time! It's not vacation time. Robot lady, sound the alarm!
Warning. The following podcast is another wasted hour. Warning. The following podcast is another wasted hour.
Don't waste my motherfucking time! I have to say, the only thing that makes me feel better about our country is the fact that I can watch other countries that are also screwed. Recently, we've been seeing Britain just go all to hell. It's been so much fun. And it's like when you go to a movie, right? And you get scared and it makes you feel better. Like your life is not so bad at that point because you get to see how terrible the movie is. There's a term for that, Adam. What is that?
How terrible? You enjoy how terrible it is?
Well, like when you get the release of, you go to a scary movie. And so like,
oh, catharsis?
Yeah, that's what it is. I watch other countries and I go like, haha, okay.
Or is it Schadenfreude?
It's both, definitely.
Cathartic Schadenfreude. That could be a great band name.
Speaking of cathartic Schadenfreude, welcome to another wasted hour where the next hour of your life will be replaced with two ignorant, uninformed, ill-advised, self-deprecating morons ranting about opinions that we have no right to have, which are probably wrong and absolutely do not matter. Our goal here at Another Wasted Hour is to convince you that where we hail from, just outside Washington, D.C., is not just a city of politics and scandals, but one brimming with art, music, and culture. And Adam coughing in the middle of the things I'm saying.
I try to turn away. I'll edit it out in post. Or I'll just make it louder. I haven't decided yet.
As impossible as that may seem. So listeners, now that you know why you're here live in studio, we have Andy from the Reverent Noise.
Woo! Hey.
How's it going? Welcome.
Doing good, man. How you doing?
Have you been following the world news at all?
The world news?
Yeah.
It's which news? There's like a bit out there, man.
I mean, it's like a world full of news.
They should use that as a term.
Like the world news?
It's a good idea, man.
Yeah. We could probably market this. I feel like there's a shot.
All right, is this podcast number 12 now?
We have a new podcast called The World News.
Yeah.
Did you know there are things happening outside of your house? That's why we have this podcast. No, my favorite thing I think is in British Parliament, right? Their Prime Minister Boris Yeltsin,
Boris Johnson,
whatever it is, it's not that important, right?
Yeltsin is not very British sounding.
Yeah, it could go either way. He basically told everyone to go home because there's something that's happened probably for hundreds of years where like there's like a Queen's speech. And so like they tell all Parliament, you're on vacation. Don't worry about it. We'll come back in a few weeks. Right. So he said, we should do that now instead of like arguing about Brexit. And that'll just happen like magic. And so it went into the courts and everything in England. Mm-hmm. Who knew they have courts? So they're very refined over there.
Well, and wigs too.
And wigs in their courts. And they have Supreme Court people. And they said, no, that's not a thing that you just did. And he was like, I mean, I think it's pretty much a thing. The way they described it was brilliant. And it's not like, hey, you can't do that. It was more like you didn't do that. They were like, the thing you did actually has no effect. So we're just going to ignore that it existed. And so instead of like recalling Parliament, we're just going to assume that Parliament is already there and we'll just start tomorrow.
See, to me, it sounds like a good idea altogether, right? Like if you're in an argument with somebody and say, all right, stop.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get some beers. I'm going to hang out. You go that way for a while.
Yeah.
Let's come back and talk about it in a week. I'm probably not even going to give a shit about Brexit in a week.
Especially since it would already have happened. The thing that I think is really just a like a gut punch is all of these ministers, right? All of the parliament members, they all were told like, go home for 3 weeks. We're not even discussing this anymore. And then a few days later, they were like, just kidding. You don't get vacation. Right? Like, oh, I planned a thing that sucks.
I wonder how, non-refundable tickets.
Somebody should have given me a heads up on this. Son of a bitch. Oh, now I got to go back to my job and fix the world.
Or I'm going to be that bad dad that promises kids a trip to Disney Realm, and now I can't.
Did you say Disney Rome?
I said Disney Realm because I know World and Land are here, and I had no idea what the English one was. I was like, I'm sure it's Disney Realm.
That'd be a good one. If it's not, that's what it should be called for sure, man.
The Magic Kingdom. That's our entire country. The Magic Realm. Oh, this is fantastic. The Magic Earl ship. Wow, that sounds like a wonderful place to go. So yeah, I we're not doing things great over here necessarily. Everybody's just yelling at each other, but man,
I mean, it's nice to yell.
Sometimes it is, right? Just scream at each other. Why not? Why even worry about it sometimes? How would you handle Brexit?
How would I?
Yeah, have you thought about this?
Like if I'm going to say like my vote, yes or no?
Yeah. I would handle it like you do peekaboo with a 6-year-old.
Okay. All right.
Right. I just put my hands over my eyes and we're like, we're not in the EU anymore. And the EU is like, we can still see you.
Nope.
And you're like, nope,
I can't see you. You can't see me.
Not in the EU.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm following.
And then they're like, well, there's going to be trade embargoes. And you'll be like, I'm back. I'm back.
I'm not sure you realize that doesn't actually work because I tried that with one of my teachers when I was in a lot of trouble, and somehow I only got in more trouble despite the fact that she couldn't see me.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm just saying that
it's a place to start for sure.
Right.
It's a place to start.
You start there, right? And then you add tag in.
Yeah.
And other childhood games, and it's great.
Like with any plan, the worst that happens is you fail and a shit ton of people die.
What is how is
that worst case scenario?
What are they gonna do? They're dead already.
Yeah.
They can't sue you.
Hopefully they don't have like really big brothers.
Yeah, that's a good point. You have to be really careful about big brothers.
Yeah.
Or sons/daughters with cute furry animal friends that will take revenge.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, yeah.
Is this Pokemon? Did we just get into Pokemon?
Or like every fantasy novel from when we were kids ever.
That's fair.
I was never a child.
So let's talk real quick since we've got a little bit of time. The Reverent Noise. You're Andy. Yeah. You happen to be from a band called the Reverent Noise.
Yeah, I'm in that band.
What do you do with the Reverent Noise?
Guitar, sing, write the songs,
songwriting.
Yeah.
So you're like the dude. You're like the main, the main force.
I'm not saying that,
right?
No,
I did.
No.
If your band is listening, fuck them. Yeah. Nobody cares about them, honestly.
You're the only one here, so you're the only one we love.
They didn't even want to show up, so
jerks.
F them.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've also got a whole band of very talented musicians with you. But,
for sure.
You all will be playing a live show Saturday, October 12th at Seasons and Sessions down in Washington, D.C.
That's 100% correct.
That's in Adams Morgan, you were saying?
Yeah, it's in Adams Morgan. It's
I haven't heard of it before. Newer
it's
venue?
a relatively... I've never even been there, actually. Okay. So it's a relatively new venue. So we're going to try it out. It's going to be a good show. I'm actually playing with another band that I'm playing drums in. So... called The Burning Love. So what
you're saying is you don't need a drummer.
They've got a pill for
you
that.
could do it yourself.
It would be hard to play guitar,
but like
play drums and sing.
What you're saying is he's lucky he has a job because you don't need him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So Saturday, October 12th, go check them out down at Seasons and Sessions. You have a brand new album that just came out called Jackal.
Yes. Yeah.
Just a month or so ago.
Yep.
And we have a track from that called Long Gone Woman, which if you are insanely curious and need to hear it right now, fast forward to the 1 hour mark of this show. You can listen to the entire song. You can come back and join us back here, but we will have a part of it a little later. So if you just want to stay on the ride, we'll get you there eventually. And if people want to follow along and get more music from you and more shows and stuff, they can go up to facebook.com/The Reverent Noise. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. They can check us out there. They can check us out on
Google.
The Google machine works.
The internet.
Yeah, we're like on all the all the streaming things where you where you get your music,
Yeah.
we're there.
If you go and there's music, type in the
If it's
Reverend
not,
Noise.
go to any random festival where there's music
Yes.
and just start yelling for us.
The Reverend Noise, where are they?
And
Are they here?
yeah, we'll show up.
I'm really interested in them. To hell with Pearl Jam.
Please do this, by the way.
Yeah,
Please.
we definitely make this happen and record it.
Yeah.
And send it to us at contact@anotherwastedhour.com.
Shit tons of people screaming for my band. Yeah.
If we were to get a bunch of people to record just them screaming the words "the Reverend Noise,"
Yeah.
would you put it in a song?
Absolutely.
There, look at that.
Done.
We're making you famous, people. You send wave files of you just yelling the Reverend Noise to contact@anotherwastedhour.com. We'll send it over to the Reverend Noise, and then they will write a single that involves everybody's recordings.
Absolutely. And I'll be
Look at
breaking a personal rule at that point too. which is having the name of your band in a song.
Well, you didn't do it, so it's fine.
Yeah, so it's someone else. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
You pimped it out. It's
Yeah.
fine.
I think my band broke that rule by our second song.
Yeah.
We literally wrote a song called 4-Second Guard.
Yeah, I have a list of completely pointless, like being a musician rules. Like you're not allowed to wear your own band's t-shirt.
Okay.
You know,
What if the band is broken up?
that's a loophole.
Yeah.
You're allowed to then.
So then you can wear the
Yeah.
previous bands
Absolutely.
at the new band's show.
Correct.
Okay. Can you tell people that you were in that band, or do you have to pretend like you
No,
just
no,
heard
you
about
can
them?
No, you
Absolutely, you can
use
be
all your new
totally-
band's lyrics to shit talk the old band.
You're even allowed to, if that band is still around and
Yeah.
you're not in it anymore, you can wear the shirt.
Mm.
But a current band that you're in, it's just a douchebag move.
If you're in two bands, can you wear the other shirt of the other band to the other show of the other band?
No, because you're
No.
currently in the bands.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is good to know. Write this down, people.
Yeah.
We need documentation so we know what not to do. I'm right now wearing another Wasted Hour shirt.
Podcasts are another loophole. It's fine.
We're too lazy to make shirts. I'll be honest. There's no shirt. All right. So once again, Saturday, October 12th, Seasons and Sessions in Washington, D.C. The Reverend Noise is playing live. Go check them out at facebook.com/The Reverend Noise. Let's move on to a little thing we like to call the weather report. Andy,
That's me. Yeah.
here's another t-shirt that you cannot wear because currently we are going to put you in a little band called Editor-in-Chief of a brand new publication.
All right.
So you are going to act as the editor of this publication.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to pitch you some stories we think should be in your publication. You're going to let us know whether or not they make the cut. All right. So let's start. Adam, what do you have for us this week?
Well, I got to tell you, we did it.
Yeah.
We finally did it.
Yeah.
All right.
Great news, everyone.
What's that?
German court rules hangovers are an illness.
Shit. Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of boring stuff about how it's like a lawsuit about like a company trying to sell an anti-hangover drug and like they're not allowed to do stuff for an illness. But
Sure.
it means that your hangover is now a legitimate excuse to take a sick day, everyone. We did it!
Yeah. Nice job.
That's fantastic.
What if my roommate has a hangover? Can I call out?
I think there's some legitimate argument for that.
Right, as a
Because
caretaker.
you have to take care of him.
Right.
While also getting incredibly drunk so he can take care of you tomorrow.
We could keep this chain going.
At that point, you're like a healthcare provider in the same way, like, you know,
Absolutely.
service dog or something like that.
But also at this point, you're never drunk at the same time as your roommate.
I believe this falls into Munchausen syndrome, doesn't it? Munchausen by proxy, something like
it's
that.
just this weird circle of...
The
I mean,
circle of hangovers.
It's a circle of something, man.
I think it's going to be a musical. I could see that becoming a musical.
Oh, there's some songs. Yeah, they're coming. Man.
Yeah. The question is it news?
I think that's absolutely newsworthy. People need to know about this.
Yeah.
Specifically,
Woohoo!
judges need to, there's precedent.
Is that where you're delivering your publication just to the courtrooms?
Yeah. So, it just happens to be a lot of judges read my newspaper, man.
Wow, they're
You know?
very judgy.
Yeah.
All right, so one in. You're out ahead already, Adam. Very nicely done. This story was fascinating to me. So this is going to take a couple turns. Let me start with the headline. Indiana couple says adopted daughter was actually a violent 22-year-old pretending to be a child. All right.
Wait, there's a movie about this.
Let this sink in. Yeah.
What was that movie called?
They adopted a Ukrainian-born girl with dwarfism in 2010, but they abandoned her in Lafayette in 2013 when they moved to Canada. They are accused of changing the girl's age from 8 years old to 22 years old before they left, and then telling the girl to tell other people that she looks young for her age.
From 8 to 22 or from 22 to 8?
No, from 8 to 22.
So she was actually 8?
That's so apparently. So they basically said, you're an adult. We're going to go to Canada.
Fine.
You
Okay.
stay here.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So you're like, man, you're thinking right now, like what?
So she just got the freedom ticket. As an 8-year-old, she can do whatever
she can eat all the candy she wants.
all
to
she
eat.
wants.
Yeah. So I was like, this couple is kind of a douchebag couple, right? Like
They're not the best parents.
is that where the cutoff? What is the bar for you?
It gets low. I feel like they didn't like cut her up and eat her. So like they're better than some.
So your bar for good parenting is like Shorty.
Well,
getting low.
It's not. We're not living in a black and white world here. There's a lot of gray in between.
Gotcha. So I thought, wow, that's a pretty crappy thing to do, right? Like that's pretty ballsy to be like.
Yeah, it's not a good thing.
My 8-year-old. Oh no, she's 22. We're going to Canada. She's just gonna stay here.
Yeah.
Right. And then it got really interesting. This story gets really twisted. So all of these accusations came, and I believe they're going to be going to court and stuff for it. But when they adopted her, weeks into the adoption, they started suspecting that she was actually older. She wasn't like socializing with kids. She had a pretty like broad vocabulary. There were some things.
Mm-hmm.
She had a period. There were some hints that maybe she was older than 8 years old. So they had a bone density test done, which suggests that she's at least 14. So we've gone from 8 to scientifically, we're feeling like it's at least 14.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
After
for all we know, 98.
What's that?
So for all we know, 98.
Right. It could be any.
That would be at least 14.
So I'm getting to the, maybe they were in fear for their lives.
So
and maybe they fled from her.
So here's the thing. So they started treating her as a teenager, and she started kind of becoming violent and unstable. So they admitted her into a state-run psychiatric unit, right? A doctor's report alleges that the girl confessed to being much older and had made a career defrauding people, saying that she was a child. In 2016, after she was released, and this is after the first couple had moved up to Canada, another couple filed for guardianship, which was denied because the girl was an adult legally. They changed her age through the courts to say she was actually 22. So all of this is going down, and these people who seem like they were like complete lunatics might be right. Like,
so can they still be prosecuted?
I mean,
See, that's
yeah.
If she is really 22, even if they were shitty people and they thought that she was 10,
yeah,
and claimed that she was 22, but
Right.
she was actually 22 because that's weird, man.
That's what I'm saying, right? This gets really weird.
Yeah.
It becomes a book. This
Yeah.
is a.
Yeah.
This is.
I don't want to read it though.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
gone.
so,
Girl,
yeah, it's
gone.
going to be really confusing.
This was
Yeah.
literally a movie a few years back.
Was
I can't
it?
remember the name
No,
of it.
I'm pretty sure it was like an episode of SVU, man.
No, I can still see the cover. It's like a Wednesday Addams looking woman on the front, and she's like in a little blue dress with a ribbon on her neck or something like that. And it's like I think it was Orphan or something like that. It was literally this exact same story.
So maybe
are you
that's
just
where
reading
she-
the plot of a movie, Keith?
Yeah, she may have gotten it.
Is this
from there.
accidentally the script to the sequel or some shit?
It does say that it's coming out in November. What does that mean? I figure that's the court date, right? Is that the?
I think it's the court date.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, because it couldn't be the sequel. It couldn't
So
be.
yeah. So what they said is that the actual like proceedings in the court are going to be broadcast in theaters near you. So that's
Well,
weird.
in that case,
That's
that
strange.
absolutely makes it newsworthy because it's entertainment.
No, it is not a movie. This is real. The girl may have gotten the idea from the movie, maybe, but so is it news?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I was entertained.
All right.
Like I said.
That's the bar. News needs to be entertaining. This is
Are you not paying attention?
you're part of the problem, I think. All right, Adam, what do you have?
Question for you, Keith.
Okay.
How much do you care about endangered animals?
About 6.
Okay, good answer, Andy.
Yeah, I mean, well then 7. Fuck your 6.
I'm going to say that those are good numbers, so you might want to head over to Vanderbilt this weekend because free endangered species condoms to be distributed September 26th outside RAND, which I'm guessing is a building on Vanderbilt University.
I have so many questions. Are they made from endangered species?
So these are free condoms that they are handing out with pictures of endangered species on them with very cute like poems or whatever on the outside to try to get people to think about endangered animals, like in the sack, save the leatherback.
So are they supposed to be used with endangered animals?
It's like, well, what you have to do is you get your condom, you see the picture, you and your special friend go search out this animal.
Yeah.
And
bang on it.
Right, well,
Perhaps with the one that says wrap with care, save a polar bear.
If it would like to join you with your activities.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Adam,
because
and then if it's hesitant, you can show them the one that
consent.
says on the outside, before it gets any hotter, remember the sea otter.
Before it gets any hotter.
Are sea otters endangered?
Well, now
I
with
guess.
condoms, yeah.
Yeah.
Look out, sea otter. You're cute and fuzzy and cuddly.
Yeah, I mean, that sea otter skin would make fantastic condom material.
I'm glad that we've checked off the box on this podcast of bestiality now.
Well, yeah,
I'm not sure if we
because you
taken care of
can't
that.
get a sea otter pregnant.
Yeah, it's true. You can't. You don't even need a condom. This is ridiculous. The diseases they have are probably not transmutable because they're sea otter
Not
diseases. There were a lot of boxes we had already checked off. I'm not sure that bestiality was one of them. Now we've crossed that off. So we're that much closer to retiring, everyone. So you won't have to listen to us anymore.
I've almost got another wasted hour depredation bingo.
Right. All of the sins in the Bible. All right. So is it news?
You know, man, when it comes down to it, it's just like giving away condoms at a college. I don't think that's news.
Here's the news of it, though, right? Because if you double bag it, it looks like the two animals are doing it. I'm just saying.
And as we all know, nothing's gonna get me going more than two animals.
Like
you know?
Like a
it's
turtle and an
inspiration.
otter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, turtle would never be with an otter.
Well, yeah, can't catch it.
Hey, sea turtle.
The otter could be with the turtle because there's no way the turtle's getting away.
Yeah. Just
yeah. No, I think this could happen.
Yeah.
Are you hard yet? Yes, I'm a fucking turtle. All right. So news, not news.
No, that one's it's not news.
All right, not news. All right. Survey finds that some Americans think chocolate milk comes from brown cows. Yeah, we're still here. If you have any questions as to why the world is the way it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why there are people in the world who think the earth is flat or any number of other zany, crazy things, keep in mind that in April, 1,000 adults 18 and over were asked the question about the role milk plays in their daily lives. And it is reported that the study found out that 48% of responders weren't sure where chocolate milk came from. That's right.
48 weren't sure, or just being shitty people and saying, of course it comes from brown cows, like I would.
Yeah, I would definitely say, yes, I will take your survey and then fuck it up.
Yeah. 7% of them legitimately thought it came only from brown cows.
Now, where was this survey taken?
This was taken, I don't know.
Florida?
You want me to read this? In the United States. Probably on the internet, I would guess. It doesn't say where, so I assume that they got them sampling from people around like the entire country.
I think they really did their,
Probably not Iowa, right? Like, because I feel like those people are like, I have a cow. It doesn't produce like chocolate milk, so I know how this works. But yeah, so just think about that for a second, right? 48% not sure, like couldn't name where chocolate milk came from. 7% pretty certain it came from brown cows, right? So if you add that up, right? So that's 55% of this survey had no clue where chocolate milk came from. Some of them thought they did, but didn't. If you extrapolate that out to the population, right? Like,
that's
like,
a lot of people.
Yeah. This says
it's a large number. I know that.
Yeah. So
it's like 55 people for every 100 or something like that.
Right.
Wow. That is excellent math.
Think of it this way.
Excellent math.
If you just
just
extrapolate out the 7%, right? The 7% of 1,000 out into the entire population of the United States,
which is
that adds up to 16.4 million people, or more than the population of Ohio.
Or maybe it is just the people in Ohio then.
What? It might be. All of Ohio was like, I don't know, man. We are stuck here in Cleveland and I've never seen a cow. Is that similar to a beef? Apparently there were also I found out that there were also other surveys in the past, not recently that happened, but like in the 1990s there was one that like nearly 20% of people didn't know that hamburgers were made didn't know hamburgers are made from beef. Like that correlation didn't, which is ironic because now some hamburgers aren't made from beef. So they were right. They just
generally speaking, they were future idiots.
They were brilliant in the future, but
current idiots.
Yeah. So is it news? Ohio doesn't know where chocolate milk comes from.
See, the thing about this is I've met a few people.
Excellent.
And I'm aware how stupid people are.
Yeah.
in our lovely America. So you're just telling me Americans are dumb.
Mm-hmm.
That's not really news.
Not news. All right. Fair enough. Adam.
All right. So as we're running low on time for this segment, we're going to enter our lightning round. We're just going to throw the headlines at you. Ready? Russia arrests shaman who vowed to banish Putin from the Kremlin.
If you have questions, you can ask. But
no, I like it. Sounds good.
All right. Excellent.
That's news.
Look, see, he's so good at this. You're nailing it. This is how it's done. You're just showing the rest of the world. Zombie Skittles suspiciously good at mimicking the taste of rotten flesh.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. News.
He's like, I'm going to get some now.
Yeah. Are they on the market? It's just for Halloween?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like those bamboozled ones in a way, right? Where like they have normal flavors in the bag.
Yeah.
But like some of them.
And just one that makes you vomit explosively.
One apparently tastes surprisingly like dead people.
Well, like rotten dead people?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. See, because I've always wanted to try actual, like not rotten human flesh.
Oh, so you're a little disappointed that it's going to be rotted?
Yeah, because I want to know what it tastes like, man.
Yeah. It was described as, let's see. The rot sets in, and this rot is not like the momentary savory ick of dog food flavored jelly beans that you thought were chocolate pudding. It's this funk that lasts. It's got this distinct barbecue edge, layering salt and meat and bitterness on top of whatever sweet flavor it has zombified. So it's the interesting thing is it's not. It's still the flavor, but it's the zombie of that flavor. So it is the rotted human flesh of cherry.
Yeah.
So you still have cherry. You just have the zombie version of it.
See, I already wasn't interested in trying this, but then for some reason, you saying it was like a barbecue edged flavored Skittle makes me really not want to try this.
Yeah. I like it. I was also sort of written like going to a fancy restaurant and reading off the menu. You know?
Right. Do you care for a brie that also tastes like dead people? That does sound good. Is that an 84?
We've been sautéing it and
for 14 years. So is it news?
yeah, we'll keep that one.
All right. Adam.
Loud sex mistaken for fight leads to gunshots at Days Inn Hotel.
Yes, obviously.
I've told you not to report on me in this podcast. It's embarrassing. That is, I have questions just because I'm curious if it was somebody who came in and was like, "Don't you hurt her, bang, bang, bang." All right, but no.
Is it weird though? If I could imagine it's just you shouting. If it was you in this article, it's just you shouting nonsense
Bang,
during
bang.
sex.
Well, those are the sounds of my lovemaking.
Yeah.
Ha!
Right. Cucamonga. Aborigine. Nobody else? No?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Weird.
We're done making love.
Last but not least, limited edition pumpkin spice Spam sells out in 7 hours. And suspiciously good at mimicking the taste of rotting flesh. Okay, that last part's not true.
White chicks, man. White chicks.
Are they? I don't even know what this demographic is.
Well, I mean, I feel like anything pumpkin spice. Yeah,
like-
it's just, yeah.
I feel like the popularization of pumpkin spice happened at Starbucks. Am I wrong on that?
Oh, that
Like,
makes sense.
It happened before, right? There was pumpkin spice because you obviously used it
It
in pumpkin
existed.
pies and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, and the pumpkin spice isn't even like pumpkin flavor. It's just like cinnamon, right? It's just
Yeah,
cinnamon and nutmeg.
And like the loss of dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
whatever.
for sure. I mean, well, that's bad on them. They shouldn't have had dreams to begin with.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. It's cinnamon and nutmeg and the fact that you've given up on everything.
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
like, I'm just gonna drink this.
Yeah. I'm just gonna enjoy this in my yoga pants and
The taste of a very low bar is what that is. So I feel like it was popularized by Starbucks. The idea of like making things that flavor,
mhm.
right? Does that make sense, Adam? Do you feel like that?
I think so. I think you're onto something there.
So then somebody said, you know what? People who go to Starbucks
Let's
really
go with
like
this. Yeah.
Spam. And I don't know who that person was because that makes no sense in my mind at all.
Maybe it was a Hawaiian Starbucks.
Right? That's the only chance.
Right?
Yeah. It's so weird that somebody came up. I assumed the whole idea was that they were just trying to be cheeky, and so they were like, we're just gonna make a thing that'll like make news because it's pumpkin spice and it's fucking ridiculous. And so it sold out because everyone's like, this is hilarious.
Because everyone bought one can as a joke and like stuck it on top of their fridge and never touched it. And then like months later they got drunk and all their friends were like, dude, let's try it.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. It's the thing that dares are made of.
Yeah.
Is what pumpkin spice Spam is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sold out in 7 hours. So is it news?
I mean, I think the promptness of the selling out makes it newsworthy. I mean, that's newsworthy if I've ever heard of it.
Yeah. All right. I can agree with that. So I think we may have tied. Adam, do you feel?
Yeah, but we established last week engineers break ties.
Well, yeah, I know. But it's because.
Oh, well, then you lose, man.
Crap.
It's
all right. So without further ado, we need to know what the name of your brand new publication is.
We're going to kind of bring this podcast in a circle here.
Okay.
We're going to call it the World News.
The World News.
Yeah.
There you go. So that's good. We can market that.
Yeah.
I feel like
That's a good name.
there's a niche.
Yeah.
There's a niche there that we could fill. All right. So go check out the World News on your local newsstand because it's probably already there.
I think, yeah.
We're going to get sued is what we're saying. Speaking of world news, we're here in studio with the Reverent Noise, Andy from the Reverent Noise, the man who makes the Reverent Noise, the man who is the Reverent Noise,
The Noisemaker.
the noise within the reverence. So you have a brand new album that came out. called Jackal.
Yeah.
Why Jackal? What made you name?
That was completely random, man.
Just
Yeah.
You were like, say a random word.
Yeah, I don't remember. Like, I came up with either the name or like saw a picture of a jackal or something.
Was it something that you yelled out during lovemaking? Jackal.
Well, yes. Since I was a child.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Since
what
you were
was,
adopted at 8 years old
Yeah.
with your strange case of dwarfism.
Yeah. I mean, it's what was on the condom. So, anyhow, so it just felt like the right
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
name
Yeah. I
for
mean,
it.
I came up with a few different ideas, and that one we just decided to stick with. Yeah.
And you sent us over a track called Long Gone Woman. If people want to hear the entire track, just fast forward to the 1 hour mark of this show. You can listen to the entire track. Make sure to come back and join us because we've got a lot more to do. But we have a sample of this we're going to play in just a little bit. What was the inspiration behind this song?
This one, I started writing a long time ago. Actually, a lot of these songs are kind of like half-written songs from a while back.
In a like from a band that you can wear the t-shirt of,
or just songs that never fit anywhere else or whatever. You know.
Yeah.
And they're all just they're just whiny songs about being a piece of shit, broken relationships, all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
It's like a Taylor Swift album.
Just a whiny song.
About, more being a drunk.
Where the hell does chocolate milk come from? The song.
It comes from the star.
Obviously. It's the answer is so easy. I don't know why they didn't get it.
It's right fucking there, man.
Right.
The safe way.
Jesus Christ. Just answer the survey.
It's not tough.
So if people were to ask, like, I was going to go into the record store if a record store existed and look up genres. Where would I find the Reverent Noise? What aisle would I go down?
Yeah, man, that's always I just say rock and roll and people ask me that question, which is super vague.
It's a big genre.
Yeah.
Do you have other influences that come in?
Yeah, for sure, man.
What inspires you?
There's I get that's like everything except for the things I don't like.
I think that's true for everyone.
Yeah, but
that's how that works. Even if it's just three things, it's everything but the things you don't like.
Yeah, but mine are right. Theirs are wrong. That's the
true.
difference.
So what genres? When you go and write, what do you pull in?
Rock
and roll.
I like. Have you heard of rock and roll? No. I tend to go to older music,
both country and western.
I do. I like old country, not new country.
Okay. So a little country comes in.
There's a little bit. Yeah.
Roll.
There's a little bit. Folk. Early, like before punk existed. Punk. MC5. Stooges, that kind of shit.
So like dirty stuff.
Oh,
like
always dirty. Yeah.
Where it's like not perfect.
For sure. Yeah. Like it doesn't matter what it is. But yeah. Any of my music is always.
It's like 5-second
dirty.
rule music. Where it's like, I dropped it. It's okay.
And then you realize you were drunk and it's actually been there all night. and then you're just like, fine, let's call it a song, man.
No, it's fine. We can listen to that song.
Yeah,
and
it's,
you're like, it's an otter.
Yeah.
Like, that's
it's
fine. Put it on the turntable.
And everyone's just like, dude, no, I wouldn't listen to that song, man. It's been there all night.
Yeah. It's going to give you a hangover. You can call out of work tomorrow. So awesome. And this particular song, where does this one fit in the
Okay, yeah, this one is
catalog?
It's a real upbeat, happy number about how I'd rather be alone than lonely next to someone else. It's less lonely being alone than when you're with a chick who didn't want to be there.
So if we're listening to this track, if we were to come out Saturday, October 12th to Seasons and Sessions down in DC, would this track be something that's emblematic of the band? Like, if I hear this and I'm like, I like this, am I going to get more of this?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, and none of the songs are, I think, sound the same.
Yeah, they're not identical.
But
they're all roommates.
Yeah, they live together. Yeah. they argue sometimes, but they love each other.
All right, so let's take a listen to this. This is a track from the album Jackal. This is called Long Gone Woman from the Reverent Noise.
It was love in the air, or so it seemed.
Yeah, you can definitely hear that. I think that that's a lost art, right? There was a time period where we would try to just capture kind of the emotion and motion of music.
For sure. Yeah.
And we've gotten really good at making products. And this harkens back to that, right? This is that little bit of like punk twinge of like it's imperfect, but it's like honest.
For sure, yeah.
It's lo-fi. It's your Neutral Milk Hotel kind of lo-fi-ness kind of thing where everything tries to get out of the way of what's happening in the room.
Mm-hmm.
So very cool. So I imagine this translates live really well because that's what that feels like. Is like, I'm just listening to something that's happening in that moment.
Generally speaking, yeah, like making an album, I like it. I like to be able to reproduce it.
Yeah,
you know, and I've always just liked things that have more of a rawness to it. So you know, anytime I record, I prefer to record, you know, at least a rhythm section together as opposed to doing track by track, you know, like drums and bass separately.
Do you use a click track for recording?
No, a song's got to breathe, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is one of those things where like if you enjoy music that's a little challenging, that's what you want to come into, right? This is going to like make you work for it a little bit, where I think we're so used to this kind of spoon-fed, like, let me make sure that like the sprinkles are on top and everything has been done for you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a
like Bob Dylan was like this, right? Where it's like Bob Dylan had this way about him where it wasn't polished, right? It wasn't like turned. Think of it as like a rough diamond, right?
Absolutely.
Where it wasn't chiseled and made to sparkle. You had to kind of dig for that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
he find the genius in it.
He'd fuck up lyrics and leave in laughing and tracks and stuff like that. And just like, that's cool, whatever.
And that's what this reminds me of, is that you're encouraging people to kind of come into this world and be an active participant in it.
For sure, yeah.
Rather than kind of lean back, throw it on the stereo and like clean the house, right? Like,
it's something, it's not your normal, I don't know, whatever pop or whatever. That's just,
great.
You know, it's not. Yeah.
That's what we need sometimes. It's easy to find your pop. You go up onto your FM station.
Yeah.
They're going to throw it out to you. If you want to find something a little different and a little more challenging, but like more fulfilling, I think.
Yeah,
then
man.
Come here and find
It's
stuff.
the sort of thing that like get a little bit high, sit by yourself, put on the headphones, you know, sit in the dark. It sounds better that way, man.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing it with us. If you want to hear the whole track, fast forward to the 1 hour mark of this show and listen to Long Gone Woman from the album Jackal, which just came out just a month or so ago.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can get it from all of your streaming platforms and downloading platforms. Go check that out. And then check them out live, The Reverent Noise, Saturday, October 12th at Seasons and Sessions in Washington, D.C. And follow them at facebook.com/The Reverent Noise to find out about more shows and more music. So now that we've gotten past that, let's see how you fare in a little game show that we created called Please God, Just Get One Right.
Shit, I'm nervous, man.
Speaking of music that makes you kind of work for it a little bit.
It definitely does. Does that, did I offend him, Adam? Is that an offensive thing to say? I feel like that was a compliment. Did you?
To someone like me, it is.
Okay, good.
I mean, I don't get offended, but even if I did, I don't think I would have.
Yeah, like I feel like that's a compliment to say, like sometimes people make music where it challenges you and makes you have to work for it instead of just like, you know, polishing it off and being like, I got it for you. Don't worry. You know,
maybe it takes a couple listens.
It's like getting an old car, right? That you have to work on.
There you go.
Right? Like when you drive that car, you're like, I did this, right? Like I'm part of this thing, right? Where if it's like you get a brand new like Corolla or whatever and it just works, you're like, this gets me to and from work, right? There's the soul isn't there, right? The passion, I think, gets kind of lost in it. Anyhow, that's how I take it. So anyhow, the previous guests, let's see, our previous guests were Boate. Any way you say it, they will accept it. Guido and Casey came in. They're playing Friday, October 11th at the Black Cat in Washington, D.C. And you can check them out at bo8band.com. They had to answer questions about pickles, and then they picked a category for you.
All right. So
are you ready?
Them. All right.
Yeah. And if you don't like the category, you go to their show.
I'll find them. Yeah,
just
for
yell
sure.
at them.
October 11th.
Yeah. And just be like, sons of bitches.
I'll throw rotten fruit.
Yeah, or just Skittles. That rotten dead people Skittles.
Yeah, taste the rainbow, motherfucker.
The zombie rainbow. All right, are you ready for your category?
I'm ready.
Chicken. How do you feel?
I mean, I feel like you're gonna get some weird questions about chicken because it seems like
Nailed it.
Because it seems like do they have feathers? Yes.
You're on to us.
Ever eaten a chicken? Yes. I got 2 already.
All right, so I'm gonna have to skip my first couple of questions and move to my third one. I'm gonna look up some things because I didn't know you came prepared.
Yeah.
So first question: can you fry it? No.
Fuck, you got
I'm
me.
just kidding. All right, so chicken again. Keep in mind, no matter if you get one right or not, we're going to need a category from you for our next guest. So think about that as you go through this. So Adam, how about you get us started?
When it comes to chickens, genetic studies have pointed to multiple maternal origins in South Asia, Southeast Asia, and East Asia. But the clade of chickens found in the Americas, Europe, Middle East, and Africa that we are used to have been found to originate from where?
Where were the other?
Basically, the chickens that we know today, what is their ancestral home? Like, where did that genetic line start?
Asia?
The others were South Asia, Southeast Asia,
yeah, that's
and
what-
East Asia. So
okay.
we're thinking subcontinents.
Okay. South America.
Good guess, but no, the Indian subcontinent.
Ah,
That's how they get you, man.
it's always the Indian subcontinent.
Every time.
All right, so didn't get that one. That's all right. You still got 5 more to go. Derived from the Greek words for cock and fear. I've got your attention already. I can tell. What is the scientific term for fear of chickens? This isn't hard. It's just cock and fear in Greek.
It's just cockophobia.
Penis phobia. No, it is not. Phobia, phobos.
Yeah.
You were correct there
Yeah.
with fear. Elector.
Okay. Yeah.
Alektor. So elector
Okay.
means cock. So
Sure
put
does.
that, yeah,
Yeah.
just in case you go on speed
Hey,
dates.
babe.
Yeah. So electrophobia is the fear of chickens.
Not of electricity.
I know. Elect, not elect.
I can't spell.
Well, at least you're honest. All right, Adam.
In this country, the chicken has a significance during the Hindu cremation ceremony. A chicken is considered a channel for evil spirits which may be present. The animal is tethered by the leg and kept present at the ceremony for its duration to ensure that any evil spirits present go into the chicken and not the family members. The chicken is then taken home to return to its normal life. What country am I talking about?
So when he said in this country, he did not mean the U.S.
Is it
He was
the United States of America?
he was saying in this particular country,
Yeah.
there's great significance in the Hindu cremation ceremony. So
Okay.
what country was he referring to? I'm surprised you don't know this one just off the top of your head.
Yeah.
It's hard. This is a hard game show. Not
This is
everybody
not
wins.
well, yeah. It sounds like no one ever wins.
No. So Guido
Some-
did one.
He got
win,
one, yeah,
But he's been on the show 3 times and he lost
and
twice.
he knows a lot about pickles.
And he's basically is one.
He's a pickleologist.
Piccologist, I believe is what you meant. So yeah, any idea? You'll have a better chance if you guess a country.
Would that help? You think?
Yeah, it will.
How many seconds do I have?
I'll give you a hint. It's not the Indian subcontinent because that's not a country.
Bangladesh, obviously.
That seems
Ooh,
good.
very close, but in Indonesia.
That's not
What are we
far.
looking for?
Yeah,
That's not far.
it was between the two.
Obviously,
Yeah.
it was one of those.
Most
two.
things are.
We have all seen white and brown chicken eggs, right? You've seen white chicken
Yeah,
eggs and
for
brown
sure.
chicken eggs.
Yeah.
Pretty common. What other 3 colors do chicken eggs naturally come in?
Green,
That is one.
green, purple.
No.
Well, I got one, so I won the game.
I'll give you 2 more guesses. You got one wrong. You get 2 more guesses.
I'm feeling like a red.
No, unfortunately.
That seems like it'd be right.
I know it does, doesn't it? It's actually green, pink, and blue.
See, pink counts as red.
No. I will see you with your red shirt on later. Unfortunately, on this show, it does not. Well, let's talk to the judges. Judges, what do you say?
No.
All right, Adam, what do you have next?
This Ashkenazi Jewish dish
Nailed it.
is a sort of sausage made from chicken neck skin stuffed with flour, schmaltz, internal meats such as chopped heart, gizzards, liver, and fried onions, and then sewn back up with a thread. It is also sometimes flavored with garlic and black pepper. What is the name of this dish?
Pumpkin spice spam.
Yeah, I think it's... is it some sort of wurst?
Yeah, it is.
That would be German.
Yeah, it's
not Ashkenazi Jew.
I feel like they're...
I know the two have like historically gotten along.
They go together, right?
It ends in Nazi.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh my God, you're right.
All right, so what is the name of this particular dish?
Yeah, man. Pizza.
I like it.
Helzel.
Helzel.
It was between the two.
Or Helzel. So I probably mispronounced that terribly, but
All right. Last but not least, you've got one chance here still to pull it out.
Oh shit. Okay.
The United States is the largest producer of chicken meat. What country is the largest producer of chicken eggs?
Mm.
Yeah, it's a tough one. They're all tough. There's always a chance.
Yeah. There's this
not
one.
if you cook them right.
Yeah.
Mexico.
Mexico. All right, good guess. Yeah, it is not.
India.
I thought you might have a shot at this. China. Giant country.
Yeah.
But that is ironically, so I guess they don't kill as many chickens. We have more chickens and we murder them. And they're like, no, just keep giving eggs. This is why are they doing
we're just, we're the rich Americans that can afford to have both and waste them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like, this one could give us eggs, but instead we're going to kill it and eat it. And China's like,
and we're
what?
fine with that. We're fine with that.
Yeah, we have no problem with it. Unfortunately, you did not get one right today.
It's not the first time.
That's okay. You're not the first person. You'll next time you'll study more.
No, it's not true. I'm incredibly used to failure.
Again, don't forget, if you did not like this category, you can go see Boate or Boate or Boit.
Yeah.
Friday, October 11th at the Black Cat in Washington, D.C., just before your show.
Yeah.
It was on October 12th. And yell at them. But what we do need from you is a category for our next
category.
guest. Yeah. What would you like them to have to try and answer 6 questions about? What would you like? I warned you about this at the beginning.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say something completely stupid.
Let's do it.
Types of carpet.
I like it. All right. Types of carpet. Or carpet in general. Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rugs, thread counts. I mean, fibers.
I believe carpets and rugs are not the same thing. Just
well, we're going to encompass all of those,
foot threaded things.
Yeah. Soft.
All right. So listen next week to find out more about types of carpet, because that'll be really...
It's going to be a really good show next week, guys.
It really will. You do not want to miss it. Gosh, if you need something to talk about around the water cooler, types of carpet.
Well, we got tan carpet. We got brown carpet. We got off-white carpet.
So excellent. Well, you know what? There's a large club of people who have not gotten one right, so you're in good company. If people want to find out more about carpet, they can also go to the Reverent Noise on Facebook.com/The Reverent Noise. You'll answer all our questions about carpet.
Yes, I have a book that I can refer to.
Or they could go to your show live Saturday, October 12th at Seasons and Sessions in Washington, D.C. And just if they're in the audience and
they can
yell,
they can check out our drum carpet. Yeah,
just yell things about carpets at the Reverent Noise. They'd appreciate it.
We're passionate about it.
Or send us a wave file yelling about carpet, and they will write a song around it. at contact@anotherwastedhour.com. So we have a couple stories from you. So let's move on to what we like to call near and far.
Far again?
Yeah, you go far again. You know how this works. You get it.
See, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Understand?
You understand. So let's start off.
Explain it one more time.
Yeah, the near and far. So
Okay. Yeah.
you had a story for us about, which is, I guess, kind of a far story because the people involved were far away at
True.
the time, right?
True.
Of a remote removal.
I was far away also.
I'd never heard of this before ever happening.
Yeah.
So this is a technological first, I think. So what happened?
So this was years ago. An old band of mine. We were playing at a little bar in Temecula, California.
Temecula.
Yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah.
Mhm.
And we were kicked out by the owners who were watching our show via a closed circuit TV.
Wait, so they weren't even in the
They
bar?
weren't there at all. They were at home, laying in bed, complaining that I didn't have shoes on and my singer took his shirt off. And so the bouncer comes up and he's like, "Guys, you guys got to go." And we're like, or they're like, "You guys got to put your stuff back on first." They didn't quite kick us out first.
Okay.
And we're like, "Okay, cool." And then he walked away and we didn't do it, of course. Then he walked back up and turned our amps off.
Yeah.
Which didn't go well
No.
because, we obviously turned our amps back on and got really loud.
You just turned everything up?
Yeah, we just started making, because, I mean, it's rock and roll, man. What are you going to do? You guys kicked us out for nothing. And then they were like,
So the
you're not
punk-
getting paid.
The punk came out, is what you're saying.
It got bad. It was fun. Some glasses were broken. Yeah.
That's hilarious. And so they're watching on cameras and like they call up and they were like, kick these bastards out.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then eventually we're just like, all right, fine, we'll stop, but you're sure as shit going to pay us.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I can just go back there and take the money's worth in booze if you want. You can try and stop us.
You're like, I like that you're negotiating.
Oh,
You're
absolutely.
Like, well, here's the thing. We obviously had an impasse. How about you give me this alcohol? We'll separate for a little while. I'll drink. We'll come back.
Exactly.
And then we'll talk about Brexit.
We'll talk about it. Yeah.
All right. So
and we almost solved it too, man.
almost had it.
Yeah.
We have about a minute left. You want to tell us a little bit about the recording process for Jackal? You were talking about this was kind of an interesting process
yeah,
of going through.
we were lucky enough to have a friend of mine who just donated his time to help us do the recording and stuff like that. Who happens to be a really good
Who
engineer.
is this person?
My friend Tim.
Tim?
Yeah, Hartraft.
What's a studio?
He doesn't have a studio. He works mostly in different stuff, but he has helped us out doing the recording. So we're lucky enough to have him. So we did it all ourselves. We recorded everything live.
Oh wow!
In one day.
One day you did the entire album.
We did one long day where we tracked everything.
When did you start?
Oh shit!
Like 7 a.m.
I think we got there around 8 or something like that.
And then when did it end?
Yeah, just honestly, man, it didn't take a super long time.
Really?
Because we did it live. So other than the vocals, we did everything live and did everything in like one take.
And then you came back and like mixed and mastered.
Yeah, for sure.
And stuff
we
later.
spent then me and Tim spent hours and hours.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So that's why
Getting
it
it to what
feels
you can
so
hear
live
live.
and
Yeah,
real. That's
absolutely, yeah.
awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that with us. Once again, we have Andy from the Reverend Noise, Saturday, October 12th, Seasons and Sessions in Washington, D.C. Go check them out live. We have Long Gone Woman. It'll come up after our exit here, so stick around and listen to that. And go up to facebook.com/The Reverend Noise to check out more from them. In addition, please like our posts, follow us, retweet us, and share the show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We cannot do this without you. Also, don't forget to review us on Facebook, Apple Podcasts, and Google Play. If you're an artist, musician, or culture creator in the DC area, we want you on our show. Email us at booking@anotherwastedhour.com. Thanks to engineer Adam, Kevin Evinger, McNally22, Justin Rogers, Figmental Records, Signal Studios, and Alchemical Records for all their contributions. Most of all, thanks to our guests of Reverend Noise and you, our fans, for wasting a perfectly good hour with us. This has been another Wasted Hour, and if you just realized that, don't blame us. We warned you.
There ain't
nothing more lonely than sharing a bed with a woman with wandering eyes. She said that she loved me, I guess loving a fate. The woman she once was mine. My charm to shine, she took a liking to me. It was love in the air, or so it seemed. We were inseparable. The months grew long and my love kept strong, but she was far from full. I guess loving